Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. Today, I'm going to be going over all the pre-production stuff I did for my Valentine's Day spec ad that I made for Uber. It wasn't really for Uber, it was just a spec ad. If you haven't seen it, go check out the channel, watch it before this video, and we'll jump into the spec ad itself. So, before getting into anything, I want to talk about why I wanted to make the spec ad and how I wanted to plan it. So, why did I want to make it? First and foremost, it was mainly for my portfolio. I wanted to build more commercial work that I could show to clients and showcase what I am able to do with whatever equipment I have. So it's very simple why I wanted to do it and how I wanted to do it and how I wanted to plan it. This is where it got a little more complicated. I haven't really done a lot of commercial work personally with other actual clients. I've done smaller things here and there for friends, for social media, things like that, but I haven't really done a full commercial shoot. So this was kind of my first time doing something like this, and I didn't really know how to plan it, and I wanted to experiment a little bit. I use Notion here and there to plan my YouTube videos like this or anything else, but it's kind of hard to visualize it. Notion is more text-based. It's kind of hard to visualize things when everything's in writing, charts, things like that. It might just be me, I might not be using Notion right, or maybe how I'm using it is the most effective way, but I wanted to try something new, and that's where Milanote comes in. Now, this video isn't sponsored by Milanote, but I have seen some creators use Milanote before to plan their videos, like Danny Gewirtz. Love that guy, love his content, and he just makes it look so much easier, where you can throw your pictures in there, everything just flows really nicely, and it's way more visual than Notion. And that's why I wanted to use it and try it for this spec ad. All right, so let's jump into Milanote and I'll show you my board and how I planned this whole thing out. All right, so inside here in Milanote, you can see that I have a board that's named Uber Eats spec ad. Fairly simple. You can just jump into here and you'll see all the planning that I have done. To be completely fair and honest, before when I was actually planning this video, a lot of it was done in Notion, but I was noticing it's all over the place. I have to go through different pages to find certain things. I had some things in my notebook, whatever it may be. It wasn't really working how I wanted it to work. So this is where I planned everything, and we'll get into the idea generation and what the idea of the video actually is. So let me zoom in just a little bit. All right, so under my quick notes, you can see the general idea that I had, right? So the idea of the video was no date, no problem. The idea is not needing to go out on Valentine's Day to have a good night or even a dinner. You don't have a date, it's not a problem at all. For this ad, I wanted to make it 30 seconds. Alongside that, at the bottom here, you can see that I have some general notes in terms of how the video might be pacing, how I might want the video to look. So we'd have a slow beginning with my two actors and my friends, Amber and Gaston, sitting on the couch. Don't know if there's going to be any dialogue yet. This is the early stages of me still planning it out, thinking of what it might want to be. Then we'll have quick cuts of ordering food and getting everything set up. Highlight of Uber Eats, so we want to showcase the app that's being used, and the final delivery bag, which fortunately we weren't able to get, but we really wanted to showcase the actual bag itself. A lot of close-ups of drawers being pulled, phone being used, doors opening, grabbing cutlery, setting up the table, things like that. I wanted to really showcase the details in what we're showcasing in the video. And I really like that close-up look of things that other people may not be getting, or it's just my style of how I like to do it. Brightly lit environments, this is where we had a little bit of challenges, but we'll get into that later. And then quick motion for movement. So I wanted quick things, just quickly cutting in between cuts and making it look kind of fast-paced when good. So moving into the inspiration, this is where we get our little mood board and how of shots and lighting that I wanted to mimic as best as I could. To be fair, I think my lighting could have been much better on the video itself. It's my first time really shooting something like this. I was really experimenting. Didn't exactly turn out how I thought it would, but it's a learning experience nonetheless. So for references and mood, you can see there's a bunch of images here, just giving and conveying a feeling that I wanted to showcase in my final video. Of course, we have the close-up of the phone, close-ups of cups, people chilling on the couch, and then other close-up shots of actions that might be happening in the video that I wanted to showcase. So next thing, what I wanted to do was have a rough storyline. And this is where you plan out, or well, how I planned out the video first through text, really getting the idea down of how the video is going to work or how the ad is going to play out. So going through here, we have my friend Amber, she's sitting on the couch, Gaston walks by, sits on the couch, and it slowly pans over. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. So we have a little bit of dialogue that also goes on through this little section. As I figured out, okay, cool, we do need dialogue. Then we also have our motions in here. It's not obviously the most organized, but we see Gaston looks back at Amrit with a smile. Camera whips back over to Amrit's direction, but transitions to her using her phone. So these are little motions that I wanted to include in the video, and I included it in this little quick rough storyline to really give myself a visualization when I'm reading it, when I'm looking it over, what the action may be or what the camera movement may be. So this goes on for the whole script. Basically, you can say it's not really a script of the video to really give an idea how it's going to work. So we also have close-up plate being turned to the perfect angle of 3/4 angle shot from above looking down. You'll notice these things in the video. So what's also great about Milanote and how I was able to plan this video and what I wanted to do visually was that I was able to make a storyboard fairly quickly with images. So we just click into the storyboard page and we could actually go in and see how everything was planned out from the beginning to the calendar to sitting on the couch, quick pans, things like that, and how I added reference images from either movies where I got the ideas from, or even just stock references of images that I can just pull to convey the idea and message that I wanted to during that time of shoot. So for all of these, you can see some of them I used as well from the mood board, but I also have a little short description underneath that goes over exactly what's happening during the shoot or while we're shooting. While I was actually shooting, you'll notice that these are color coded at the top as green. So when I was done a shot, it would go green, but let's say a shot we still had to do, it would be red. So this is just me knowing, okay, we still have however many shots we need to do to get the final shot. This is just to organize. It really helped on the day of the shoot to have this all organized and make sure we're not overshooting, undershooting, we're not missing anything, or we're maybe shooting too much. So this was a quick idea of the storyboard that we wanted to do. A lot of POV shots, close-ups that I wanted to showcase in the video. I also took some pictures myself with my phone really quick, as you can see here. I had these two for the paper towel and the table setup, just to get the idea across really quickly of maybe what I was thinking at the time. Of course, I had to confirm the time, place, date, actors, things like that. So my friend Amrit was generous enough to let me use her place to shoot. She was also the actor, and then my friend Gaston as well was willing to be an actor. On the shoot day itself, the whole shoot day took, I'd say roughly about 8 hours, to be honest. This is with lighting setup. I think we had some breaks in between. We had to go do some runs for food, all those things in between. And then, of course, one thing that I wanted to integrate into my workflow now that I really wanted to do is a gear checklist. So I made this before the actual shoot day. This was, I believe, 2 days before, just so I remember I have everything. But as you can see, I have all my gear here that I took with me to use for the actual shoot. It's not much because a lot of it just gets broken down, but we have my camera, the Sony A7III, which I'm filming on right now. Got my batteries, my 24-70, my 50. I have the camera monitor, cables, gimbal, key light, softbox stands, C-stands with clamps, other lighting things, tripods. We have my black Pro Mist, filter, lens cleaners, SD cards, everything like that that I might need for the shoot. I put it in the checklist to really make sure that when I am packing the day of to leave, I make sure I have everything. So yeah, that was a quick rundown on my pre-production for shooting the Uber Eats Valentine's Day spec ad. I know it's not much, or at least to me, I don't think it's much, but it really does help planning ahead of time to get your video to where you want it to go. Instead of on the day of, you're flustered, confused, you don't know what you want to record, you don't have any ideas, maybe flowing, you have creative block, or you're even stressed. This is where pre-production comes in handy. We have your storyboard, you have your storylines, you have your script, you have everything planned out in Milanote, and you can take it to the shoot with you on your iPad, your phone, whatever you want to use. For me, I had it on my iPad, just swiping through, doing things. Made me feel kind of like a producer, which is kind of cool. But that's the pre-production side of the shoot itself. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you liked it even more, subscribe. Because my next video, I'm going to be going over the actual production of it and actually on set when I was shooting, how it went, what went wrong, some adversities that we had to face, and how we fixed those problems and the overall experience. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys later.